So I will give the brief introduction about our school. Our school is founded in 1921, and there are 5,110 students now, and including 3,252 graduate students. About employer, we have 428 employees, including 134 professors and 125 associate professors. The research fund in our school now is about 600 million RMB. The international cooperation in 2021, until now this year, there are 74 Chinese students studying abroad. There are 68 international students studying in China. We hosted 4 international conferences in this year, and we signed 4 international cooperation agreements in 2021. About departments and centers in our school. In our school, there are 12 departments and centers: thermal engineering, thermal power engineering, thermal power and control engineering, thermal fluid science and engineering, automotive engineering, fluid machinery and engineering, compressor engineering, refrigeration and cryogenic engineering, nuclear science and technology, environmental science and engineering, new energy science and engineering. The last one is the experimental teaching center. The international students in our school from 2017 to 2021. So you can see there are many students, international students, especially from Pakistan, and also about the students for their admission, and also the students, they get a degree from our school within 5 years. Now, there are 189 international students, including 100 doctoral students, 87 postgraduates, 2 undergraduates. 2021 admission. So there are 34 students, they get a PhD, there are 34 doctoral students and 34 postgraduates. 2021, the graduation, there are 7 students, they get the PhD degree, and 15 students get the master's degree. So in our school, there are 267 supervisors for the international students. There are 54 English courses also for the international students. So about the full-time degree programs, I will give the introduction from those 3 parts about a field of study, academic experience, and how to apply. The field of study for master program and also for doctoral program. In our school, there are 2 major majors. First one is power engineering and engineering thermal physics. Another one is nuclear science and technology. The length of study for master program, 2 years for English media program, 3 years for Chinese media programs. For the doctoral program, also the same majors, power engineering and engineering thermal physics, and nuclear science and technology. The length of study for PhD students, 3 years for English media programs, 3 years plus 1 year for Chinese media programs, this 1 year for Chinese study. The research areas in our school. So here I show 18 research areas in our study, the main research area: thermal energy engineering, power machinery and engineering, fluid machinery and engineering, engineering thermal physics, refrigeration and cryogenic engineering, sustainable energy and new energy technology, energy and environmental engineering, aerospace power and space environmental engineering, nuclear reactor physics analysis, thermal fluid dynamic of nuclear reactor safety analysis, nuclear reactor dynamic and control, fault detection and reliable analysis of nuclear power equipment, radiation physics and technology, nuclear log technology, transient radiation physics, physical process diagnostics, radiation effect in material and devices, application of accelerated mass spectrometry. Actually, we have much more research topics in each research areas. The course requirement for PhD program include Chinese courses, degree courses, elective courses, and compulsory activities. For the Chinese courses, the students have to learn the outline of China, comprehensive Chinese. So the Chinese courses require 4 credits. The degree courses, the PhD students, they have to choose 4 courses as 4 credits. You can choose the courses from the following list: numerical heat transfer, computational method, advanced combustion theory, combustion chemistry, modern combustion science and energy utilization technology, biological treatment of wastewater, advance in severe accident analysis of nuclear reactors, introduction to vacuum technology in accelerator, design and implementation of refrigeration and cryogenic systems, numerical thermal analysis of nuclear reactor. And for the elective courses, the students have to have 4 credit courses in a field of energy. For the compulsory activities, the students have to finish 10 credits, including lectures, middle term assessment, topic selection. So those are the course requirements for the PhD program. The course requirement for master program include the Chinese courses, degree courses, elective courses, and compulsory activities. So for the Chinese courses, the requirements are same as the PhD program. The students have to learn outline of China, comprehensive Chinese. For the degree courses, the master students have to finish 8 credits from the same course list. For the elective courses, also the master students have to finish 4 credit courses in a field of energy. For the last part of the compulsory activities, the master students have to finish 4 credits, including lectures and middle term assessment. The timetable, the typical timeline for the master program and the PhD programs. So the first year for master, the students have to finish the coursework, examination, lectures, research activities, formulation of research topics. For the second year of master, the students have to continue their research and also have to finish the middle term assessment. Finally, the master students, they have to finish their thesis. The timeline for PhD program, the first year almost same as the master program. The coursework, examination, lectures, research activities, formulation of research topic. For the second year and third year of PhD students, also they have to continue their research, and also the students have to finish the middle term assessment. Finally, the PhD students, they have to finish their dissertation. For the academic experience, throughout their study experience, students work closely with supervisors and also with other students within their field of study, among other scholars and peers across the universities. The principle of the academic appearance are the rigorous, flexible, and collaborative. So the intensity of the full-time master and PhD program demands energy and zeal in the pursuit of great understanding and a commitment to master the basic theories and systematic, especially the professional knowledge are the essential components of academic research in energy-related disciplines. The curriculum is designed to equip students with the tools to pursue the most challenging research agendas. For the program is flexible for students to pursue their research interests. Students customize their program with the guide of supervisors and within their chosen discipline to their own goals and research interests. The collaborative. Students can learn, study, and work together in a mentor team. It's a dynamic that leads to deep relationships, shared accomplishments, and an enduring support network. So how to apply the programs? The application schedule. The online application is started from November 15th until next year, March 15th. The deadline for payment is March 18th. The duration of program for the master's degree is 2 or 3 years. The doctoral degree is 3 to 6 years. So the scholarship, there are several types of scholarship. First one, CIC Chinese University Program. Second one, 西交 TU 思源 International Student Scholarship. Third one, 西交 TU Xi'an City Government Belt and Road International Student Scholarship. The scholarship, so there are some requirement for the scholarship. So later, Professor Ma will give you the detailed introduction about this one. So for the application procedure, also there are some steps. You can check online application at CIC website and online application at Xi'an Jiaotong University International Student Application System. Step 3, pay the application fee. Step 4, application complete. So just as said, there are 12 departments and centers in our school. So I come from the Department of Thermal Power and Control Engineering. I will give you a brief introduction about our department. Our department is founded in 1955. It was authorized to award master's degree in 1986. And it was authorized to award a PhD degree in 1993. So the research area in our department include thermal power system energy saving, process control and measurement. For the graduate students management, in our department, the training mode is combination of supervisor responsibility and team joint guidance. In our group, we will organize a regular meeting every week to report the research progress. For the detailed discussion will be organized within the research team. Also from time to time, we will organize the sports activities such as the badminton and also basketball, other activities. For the talent training and employment, so we cooperate with many other universities and companies within China, the very famous Chinese company, as well as a number of electrical power design institute, electrical research institute, and also other companies. Also, we have the good relationship with some other famous universities in the world, USA, UK, and Japan. We cooperate with many other famous universities. For the employment direction, the student, after student graduate, they work in the government agency, research and design institute, power generation companies, and power grid companies, and also other colleagues and university related to energy and power industry. The international students in our department, from 2012, we include the international students. Until now, there are 13 international students. They studied in our group. Some students, they graduate, and some students continue their PhD program also in our group. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Thanks for your attention. Welcome to School of Energy and Power Engineering. Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot for Professor Wang's very detailed introduction to the School of Energy and Power Engineering. Thanks again. And next, I believe we can welcome Professor Liangzhi Cao to give us his sharing of the school. Professor Cao, please.
It's full screen now?
Yeah, it's full screen. Yeah.
Okay, great, great. Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Liangzhi Cao from Xi'an Jiaotong University. Just now, Professor Wang already introduced you the School of Energy and Power Engineering. Now I will introduce the School of Nuclear Science and Technology. Actually, this school is belong to the previous school, or even we call the name is also a school. We actually a department of nuclear science and technology. Professor Wang has already mentioned sometimes about nuclear science and technology in the introduction of the school. Now I will specifically focusing on this topic. My introduction will include these 5 parts. The history of the school we call School of Nuclear Science and Technology, but actually previously we was named Department of Nuclear for Engineering Physics like 63 years ago when it was founded in Xi'an. At that time, the Jiaotong University just moved from Shanghai to Xi'an, and then we founded this department. After some years, I remember in 2006, the department was renamed to the School of Nuclear Science and Technology. Now we are national first-class major, and we have a lot of I don't know why in the screen there is a line, a curved line in the screen. I think it doesn't matter. In this school, we have one first level discipline. We call this nuclear science and technology. Below this first level discipline, we have 3 second level discipline. One is nuclear engineering, actually including reactor physics, thermohydraulics, nuclear reactor operation and safety, and the control. And the other second level discipline is nuclear technology and its application, including radiation measurement, nuclear analysis technology, accelerated neutron source technology, and the nuclear noggin. The third second level discipline is the nuclear fuel cycle and material, which includes some research on nuclear material, fuel design, shielding material, and some fuel cycle analysis. During the past years, we have educated a lot of undergraduate and undergraduate students. I don't know why someone can show pictures in this screen. Okay, I think it doesn't matter. Every year we have like 40 PhD students and 50 master students. Among them, there are around 10 international students in our school. In this table, we show, thank you. In this table, we show recent 4 years, the number of our foreign students. For master and PhD students, we enrolled around 10 students every year, and graduated also around 10 students every year. We have taken a lot of training and education projects during the past 2 decades. We mainly educated talent for nuclear power plants. Here you can see we have educated training for Dayabei nuclear power plant, Qinshan nuclear power plant, Tianwan and Shandong, and some other nuclear power plants. Actually, most of nuclear power plants have cooperation with our department. We have educated a lot of operators for them. And we also published a lot of textbooks. Actually, in China, most of the textbooks in nuclear engineering are published by our professors. Here you can see some English and Chinese textbooks. Here is the research funding. In every year, our department is receiving research funding from the government and also industry. This figure shows the curve of our funding in recent years. You can see in 2020, where our research funding is increasing very rapidly. And so that means we have enough research funding for educating our students, our graduate students. And our department also earned some national awards. You know, these awards are very significant awards in China. In 2019 and 2017, we got 2 national level awards, which is very important for our department. Besides that, we have some other awards, including provisional level and Education of China, Ministry of Education of China level awards. For our faculty and the research activities, here is a gathering picture of our department. And actually, this is not all professors, only a part of professors in here. We have 24 professors and 24 associate professors and 15 assistant professors and 2 engineers. Those professors, faculty members are divided into 6 groups, as I mentioned before. We have the first group is nuclear reactor physics lab, the second one is nuclear thermohydraulics lab, and the third one is nuclear reactor safety and operation lab, and the first one is reactors control and instrumentation lab, and the fifth one is nuclear technology and application lab, and the sixth one is nuclear fuel cycle and material lab. So I will introduce briefly about those 6 labs. The first one is the lab where I'm from. We call this nuclear engineering computational physics lab. NECP, actually working on reactor physics. Here in this lab, we are working on neutron transport and fusion theory, numerical method for high efficiency calculation, reactor physics design, and complex simulation. And we also perform some fuel management and optimization for nuclear power plants, some R&D on reactor physics calculation code development, and some radiation shielding and environmental evaluations. Those are our research topics. We have 4 professors and 4 assistant professors, associate professor and 2 assistant professors, totally 10 faculty members in my lab. So actually myself have educated a lot of foreign students. I think in this lab, we have graduated more than 6 international students. And now there are also still 2 students in our lab. Yeah, international students in our lab working on reactor physics. And the second group is nuclear thermohydraulics research lab. This research lab mainly focusing on the fundamental thermohydraulics experimental, the computational multi-physics fluid dynamics, particle method, the thermohydraulics and the safety analysis, code development for nuclear power plants, and the independent safety assessment of nuclear reactor, and some multi-physics analysis for advanced nuclear fuel cycle, especially ATF. As you know, ATF is an accident tolerance fuel, which is very popular research in the world. And they also perform some research on the severe accident of light water reactor after Fukushima. And they also did some work on R&D of innovative liquid metal cold reactor, for example, fast reactor and fusion reactor. They have like 6 full professors and maybe 5 associate professors and 2 assistant professors. Anyway, more than 10 faculty members in this group. The third group is about nuclear safety and operation lab. Their research interest a little bit similar with the previous one, which they are working on safety analysis. Safety analysis mainly also some hydraulics for nuclear power plants. We have performed some work on advanced fuel research and probability safety analysis and passive and inherent safety and reactor thermohydraulics and subchannel analysis and multi-physics, multi-scale, multi-phasing modeling and simulation and severe accident also, and also next generation reactors. They have 2 full professors and 3 associate professor and 1 assistant professor in this group. The first one is about the nuclear power plant simulation control and the instrumentation lab. And in this lab, some associate professors are working on nuclear reactor dynamics and control and the performance optimization of nuclear power system and nuclear power plant simulation and nuclear power plant advanced control strategies and coordination control of nuclear power plant loading following operation and nuclear power plant instrumentation and control. The fifth one is not belong to the nuclear engineering. They are belong to the nuclear technology application. So you can see their research topic is totally different with previous ones. The previous ones are mainly working on nuclear reactors. This one, they are not only for nuclear reactors, but for nuclear technology application. Their research fields including radiation effect in electronics, and radiation detection and measurement, application of accelerated mass spectrometer, nuclear battery and nuclear power, nuclear radiation protection. Nuclear logging is actually nuclear oil logging. It's mainly using neutron technology to find the oil logging technologies, and some other experimental nuclear physics. Here they have 6 full professors and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 associate professors and 1 senior engineers in this group. And the last research group is about nuclear fuel cycle and material. You may know in recent years, nuclear fuel cycle is very popular in China because we are developing our closed fuel cycle. And the nuclear material is always the very challenge for the future nuclear engineering. So some professors, they are working on the nuclear technology of fuel cycling, nuclear chemistry, corrosion, spent fuel processing, decommissioning of nuclear facilities, and advanced nuclear material and fuel. Those young professors, actually this group is a newly built group. Those professors are many from US, and they were working on US nuclear industry and come back to China in recent years. They built this new lab. They are working very actively in China. And they have 5 full professors. I think the first one, Professor Yun Di, came back to China like 6 or 5 years ago, and he built this lab in recent years. And they have also some associate professors, 4 associate professors. Then about the research facilities, we have many research facilities. I will go quickly. The first one is about the liquid sodium loop laboratory. They have single and 2-phase flow and heat transfer characteristics in tube, annual, and red bundle channels. And they have testing and validation of sodium instrumentations. This is our famous research lab, which did very good job in the past years. And they were also doing some lead bismuth natural circulation capability and heat transfer experimental loop. Lead bismuth called fast reactor is the generation 4 reactors. The thermohydraulics behavior are very important. So they are doing some research work experimental in this loop. And this one is about the water cooled. They have a high temperature and high pressure water-less loop. The flow and heat transfer characteristics in narrow channels, annular and rectangular channels. And they did some experiment in K thermohydraulics phenomena of PWR, including the ADS. About after Fukushima, in Japan, the severe accident becoming very more and more important research topic. And we are developing our severe accident research facilities, including this COPRA, this corrosion pool research apparatus, 1:1 scale 2D. This part is actually the pressure vessel part, the lower part of the pressure vessel. When the pressure vessel was melted by the high temperature, we experiment the phenomena, the melting phenomena of this severe accident. Then we also have some simulators, nuclear power plant simulators. You can see in computer, we can simulate all systems in nuclear power plant, including pressure and the water level of the pressurizer and the water level of the steam generator control system and the simulation research. We can simulate all of the phenomena in the nuclear power plant in our computers. Now we also have some accelerator mass spectrum center, and we have radiation physics and protection lab. The radiation is maybe harmless for humans healthy. So we have to enhance our radiation protection. So we build some material, some model for main body, and we try to simulate the radiation detection and the measurement in the main body. This is a radiation resistance material and some technology. For international communication and cooperation, our professors are very active working in the international nuclear community. We have very comprehensive cooperation with China major nuclear company, including CNSA, CGN, and SMPTC. We also have some international collaborations with Westinghouse, EDF, ECA, and some others. And we have signed MOU with international famous universities, including Texas A&M, and Wisconsin, and Michigan, and MIT, and some world famous universities. And we, myself, is serving as the editors of Annals of Nuclear Energy, very famous journal. And one of our Professor Guanghui Su, is also serving as the editor of the Progress of Nuclear Engineering, Progress of Nuclear Energy, you may know. Those journals are very famous journals in Chinese, in international nuclear community. And we are serving the editors for those two journals. And we organize some important international conferences, including ICON 18 in 2010, and NURAS 17 in 2017. And we also organize some other international joint symposium on nuclear science and technology. So if you join us, you will have a lot of opportunities to attend some international communications. Then, as a summary, I would like to say, where China has the largest nuclear power market. Recent years we have building a lot of new nuclear power plants, which offer a lot of chances for nuclear education system. And the China R&D on Generation 4 and other advanced reactor is very active. The School of Nuclear Science and Technology at Liangzhi University is one of the oldest and one of the best nuclear major in China. And their school is very active in nuclear reactor physics, reactor thermohydraulics, operation and safety assessment, and control and simulation of nuclear reactor system. And we are dedicated to domestic and international collaboration, especially in terms of education and scientific research. So we are very welcome all of you to join us in your for your graduate research and degree. Thank you. That's all my presentation. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Professor Cao. Thank you for your very detailed introduction. And next, we'll come to my part. And as I can see, a lot of you have been asking about the application procedures and the information of scholarships and some relevant informations, which will be answered in my session. So please wait a minute and let me share my screen. Okay, so I'll give you a very brief introduction to the Liangzhi University in terms of the scholarship programs we have and the application procedures for all the students. So as you can see, the content is mainly divided into two parts. The first is scholarship, and the next one is how to join us. The first part will start from the International Freshman Scholarship, which is for bachelor. As you may know that we have a quite comprehensive scholarship system, which is from bachelor to master and PhD, all the degrees you can apply for the scholarship sponsor. The first one, the International Freshman Scholarship, is given to the bachelor students and divided into 3 prizes. The first one is the first prize, and there will be an exemption for all the tuition fee of first year. And the second prize is an exemption from 50% tuition fee of the first year. And the third prize is an exemption from 30% tuition fee of the first year. And there is a plus, which is the monthly living allowance. And the detailed amount will be decided during your application procedure. And after that, when it comes to the postgraduate level for the masters and PhDs, as mentioned by Professor Wang, there are 4 major scholarship programs we have here in XJTU. The first one is the Chinese government scholarship, which is the most comprehensive scholarship for you to apply. And there will be, as you can see, an exemption from tuition fee and free accommodation and a comprehensive medical insurance and a monthly living allowance. And after that is the XJTU Siyuan Scholarship. This one comes from the sponsorship of our university. and there will be an exemption from tuition fee and a monthly living allowance. The third one is the Xi'an Belt and Road Scholarship, and this is sponsored by the city government of Xi'an, and there will be a monthly scholarship for 10 months every year. And the last one is quite special, which is for the Chinese language teachers scholarship, and it's offered for 1 year, 1 semester, or 4 weeks Chinese language students. And the content is quite similar to the CSE scholarship, but this one is especially for the Chinese language. And the next part will be the how to join us, and I will walk you through the detailed procedure from applying to XJTU to becoming a complete applicant. So the first one is the eligibility for both bachelors and postgraduates. First, for the bachelors, there are 4 basic eligibilities you have to fulfill. The first one is the age and your health condition. You have to be between 18 to 25 years of age to apply for our bachelor study with a good health status. And the next one is that you have to get a valid foreign ordinary passport. The third one is you have to get a high school or advanced diploma to prove that you have completed your high school study. And the fourth one is the language requirement. The Chinese proficiency must be above HSK 4, score 180, with a minimum of 60 in all subskills. And the application time is now started. It's from December 1st to June 30th next year. And during the admission selection, there will be a review of your Chinese language proficiency, academic background, awards, and achievements, and there might be an online interview. And there is the requirements for master and PhD. The first one is the basic eligibility. And the first one is similar, that you have to be a non-Chinese citizen with a valid passport. The second one is to be in good health. And for the master program, you have to get a bachelor degree first and be under 35 years of age. And for doctor program, you have to get a master degree first and be under 40 years of age. The application schedule is now also started, which is from November 15th to next March 15th. So please take your time. And I will tell you the details about the online applications later. And here is some special notes for the doctoral applicants who are going to apply for the PhD degrees. You may take note of this because some schools require admission recommendation letter from potential supervisors. And you can check both the program and the professor's list on our website. This is the link. And there is a format of study plan you should give to us according to this format. And it can also be downloaded from our school website. And before you start your online application, you should first prepare this application documents. The first one is your original highest diploma and its notarized copies. And if you're going to, if you are a prospective student, which means you're going to graduate next year, and you must submit an official certificate from your current university or school proving that you're going to graduate in next year before September. The next document is original transcript in the latest study period. And the next one is certificate of language proficiency. Here, by language proficiency, I want to clarify that all our programs, no matter the School of Energy and Power Engineering or other schools, we only have the programs in Chinese or in English, these 2 types. So for the Chinese taught programs, if it's bachelor, then you have to get an HSK 4, as I mentioned. Or for the postgraduate, you have to get an HSK 5. And for the English medium program, we are looking for IELTS, which is above 6.0 for other equivalent certificates. So the next one is the photocopy of valid ordinary passport. And after that is a completed original physical examination record for foreigners and blood test report. And there is also a format for this document and can be downloaded from our website. And there is an application fee, as I have seen some of you have asked in the chatting room before. This is compulsory for the application, which is 500 RMB for the self-sponsored program and 800 RMB for the scholarship program. And in the online application system, you can pay the application fee, and there will be a procedure for you to confirm. And there might be other documents may also be required according to the different programs. So please stay stay tuned for your email box and system information that you might be required for other documents. And there are a few notes for the documents preparation. The first one is that all the documents needs to be scanned, which means you have to make it sure it is clear enough for us to see, and then upload it into the application system for review. And the second one is that incomplete applications will be rejected. And the third one is notarized Chinese or English versions are required, which means all these documents above is if they're made other than in languages other than Chinese or English. For example, it's made in Russian or other languages. And then we require an official translated version into Chinese or English. The next part is what you have been asking about is the online application procedure. As you can see, here is the link for our online application system. Now everything about the application can be finished online in this system. The first step for your online application is registration. You have to log into our system, click this link, and create your own account. After that, the second step is to fill in the information, including your personal information, your study plan, and the school and major you choose. And after that, we'll come to the documents upload. You have to upload and all the scanned application documents I just mentioned into the system. And the fourth step is to pay the application fee online, according to notice if passed to you by a system or by email. And finally, you will complete your application, and there will be an email notice sent to you to remind you that application is completed. So in case you may need more additional information for how to apply or how to get into the XJTU, here is how to find us. The first one is our telephone number and our email and our school website. And after that, as you can see this year, there are quite something new we have added to our platform. We have now opened our Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube account, so you can scan the QR code, or you may take a screenshot and find us later on these platforms. And this, the first one, is our official website. You can also scan this QR code and find us. So that's my brief introduction about how to get to the XJTU and join us. Thank you. And if you have any question, you can type in the chatting room so that I can answer it. Thank you, guys. Okay, I see, well, quite a lot of messages in the chatting room. So I will share this link in the chatting room for the online application system just now. Okay, you can find the link for our application system. And I will share our slide of contact information in the chatting room as well. Okay, there we go. Yeah. And yeah, we still have a few minutes to take questions. So let me see, CSE scholarship procedures. For CSE scholarship application, you have to first log into the CSE online application system and finish the application there. And then you come to this procedure. Okay, CSE application should be done ahead of us. And what is the GPA requirements for the master degrees? Well, the basic GPA requirement is 3 out of 4. So if it's 5 out of 4, then it's okay, but we still encourage you to show us a better degree and a better grade. Yeah. And the application fee can, I'm sorry, this year there is no waiver for the application fee because now it's mandatory for all the applications to pay your fee, which is 500 for the self-sponsored program and 800 for the scholarship program. And for a scholarship application, you just follow the procedure I just mentioned. If you want to apply for the CSE scholarship, then you have to first go to the CSE application system and finish the application there, and then come to this procedure for XJTU. Well, I still can see some questions about paying the fee. Well, again, the application fee is compulsory. Every applicant must pay the application fee to us for no matter self-sponsor or scholarship program. It's mandatory. Thank you. And the application fee can be paid online in our online application system. You can transfer to us by a Visa card. I'm sorry, so far there is no exemption for the application fee. Well, I also see some students who are asking about other majors than the power engineering. Yes, actually, you can find the information in our school website. We are a quite comprehensive university. Aerospace and other majors relevant to engineering are offered in XJTU. You can check our school's website and find the program list. Okay. Well, the application fee will be exchanged according to the rate of the day you make the payment. It's automatic. And for, I'm seeing acceptance for PhD, it depends because different schools ask for a different kind of letters. There are some schools require the professor's acceptance, but some schools do not. So you have to first go to the school's website and check the program list and make sure whether your school requires the acceptance or not. Well, the duration for PhD is 3 to 6 years. Oh, I see a very good question. During the study program, can I do part-time job in university? Well, that's a really good question because I can clarify one thing for you because according to the law and regulation of Chinese government, you cannot work during your study. While you are a university student in XJTU or in any Chinese universities, you cannot work in the same time. But there is some official part-time job opportunities offered by our university, which you can take, but it's only within the campus. Like you can help us in the office or in some other job vacancies offered by different departments of the university, but nothing outside the campus. That will be all definitely illegal. Thank you. And I'm going up to see, maybe I have skipped some questions. And for English-based programs of undergraduates, we have some medical programs like MBBS or BDS programs for the undergraduates, but most undergraduate programs are taught in Chinese. Well, if you guys are interested in other majors or schools, I suggest you to first go to our school's website and check our program list. I believe most of the majors and programs you have asked is listed in our program list, and the link I have just showed in the chatting room, and I will show you again. Yeah. I have just shared with you again our telephone number, fax, email, and our school website. So what you have to do is to click the SIE website link and find the program list in our website and check the major and school you want to study. I mean, yes, of course, the PhD scholarship available in power engineering, of course. All the CSE scholarship, university scholarship, and the Xi'an city government scholarship are all available for you to apply. And it's open for the energy and power engineering area, of course. The acceptance letter is only for PhD, not for master or bachelor. It's only for PhD. Well, I believe, guys, as the requirements for your grade or requirements for the acceptance letter, I suggest you to first go to our school website and check our list first, because it differs from school to school. The deadline for the Chinese government scholarship is March 15th, 2022, which means you still have around 3.5 months to complete your application. The deadline is March 15th. Thanks. Oh, okay. I'm going to share the slide of our media account to you again, because I think it's better for you to follow us on different platforms. Yeah, okay. So guys, you can see the QR code of our Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and our school website all together with our contact information. If you want, you can take a screenshot or scan the QR code. That's better for you to stay followed on our latest information. Yeah, thanks, Professor Cao, for the introduction. Thanks. Guys, if you have a question, you can write us email. As you can see, we have 2 email accounts. This one is for mainly all the schools and majors. If you have any questions, you can write to this email. And this one is especially for the medical programs. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I see another very good question. It's about family members. Yeah, I understand if you apply for PhD, then it's highly possible for you to want to bring your wife or husband as well to together study with you. But yeah, even a kid. But if you first study as a PhD, you can only come to us by yourself first, at least for first year. Your family members can come as early as possible by the second year of your study, which means you have to be alone for the first year in school. And next, for the second year, you can come to our School of International Education and find your instructor, and they will help you with your family visa. But all this can only happen after the the door is open, because so far, as you can see, we are under the impact of the COVID-19, and most of you cannot come back to study. I'm sorry for that. Yeah, the border opening is still not confirmed. We have no idea. I'm sorry, because it can only be decided by the Chinese government, maybe our Minister of Foreign Affairs. The deadline for PhD or the scholarships, no matter for which school, is March 15th. Yeah, the deadline is March 15th. You still have more than 3 months to prepare your application. Thanks to Professor Cao's sharing about the professor information. Thank you. Well, I see another question, same as the last one, is for the family members. You cannot come with your family. It is not available because for the first year, as a starting year of your study, you can only come by yourself the first year. Your family member can only come as early as possible by the second year of your study. Yeah. Well, yeah. As for the COVID-19 vaccination report, so far we are not requiring this because the border is still closed. But as long as it's open, once it's open and you guys are actually coming to China to XJTU, then we might require the COVID-19 vaccination report. Please wait for our further notice. Oh, for you guys who came late, then all this webinar will be recorded and uploaded to our YouTube and Facebook and Instagram platform for you to replay and get all the information, including the the professor's introduction and my introduction. Yeah, for you guys who missed the scholarship information, you can join us in the YouTube. It's better for you to get the replay of our webinar. Well, for you guys who want the full application procedures, and you should view our school website. And there is an admission info handbook for all the applicants. And if you want to apply for the undergraduate programs, yes, please still go to our school website, and here is a link. And there is an admission info handbook for the bachelor applicants. You just follow the steps there and you will find out the information you need. And oh, okay, I'm sorry. We are almost past the time. And thank you guys. I'm afraid I cannot take any more questions because the time is up here. But I'm really thankful for all of you to join us today. And special thanks to Professor Wang and Professor Cao. Very thanks for joining us this afternoon, because I know it's quite hard for us to organize any activities like this under these days lockdowns. But I believe everything will be passed, including this COVID-19, and everything will be well soon. And we really hope you can join us in the beautiful campus of Liangzhi Cao University in the future. Okay, And as I have just said, this webinar will be recorded up and uploaded in the YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. Guys, you can follow us and get the replay of this webinar. Okay. Now, thanks again to Professor Wang and Professor Cao, and thank all of you guys to join us, because it's really hard for you to meet us online. But anyway, we made it. Thank you and have a nice day. Hope to see you next time in our next webinar. Bye-bye.